Good morning you guys, it's Karen and I wanted to come and show you this game and do a review of it for you because there are so many enrichment games out there, and if you, like me, really enjoy giving your dog enrichment games, you will want to know which ones are worth the money and how they work. So will your dog enjoy them and can they be left alone, that kind of thing. This one I like. I've just ordered it about a week ago, so he's played with it a couple of times and I really like it because firstly it's not as big as a lot of the games from Trixie. I'm going to take these bricks out for a minute so you can see the size of it, and it's a bit more compact, it's quite thin, you know, you can sort of put this on its side in the cupboard and it doesn't take up too much room. You can clip these shut. So firstly I like it for that. This was £16, which again for the Nina Ottoson, this is Nina Ottoson crossed with Outward Hound. Yeah, Nina Ottoson by Outward Hound, so it is a Nina Ottoson game. They're normally quite expensive, you know, they're normally more than £20. So when I saw this one for £16, I thought it looked pretty good because often the ones that are inexpensive are just too basic for what's in there. Very, very basic, and there's only, you know, one thing you can do with them, and once they've done that the game is kind of not that interesting. But this one, there's so many different options with it. So let me show you first and move that along. Getting bits of treat on me here. You can see that you've got these red boxes at the top, oops, and then you've got a red box at the bottom, and then you've got this bone in the middle. Now this bone in the middle I ended up taking out because what dogs have difficulty doing is putting things in their teeth, lifting it up and moving it away. That's something that dogs don't really do. It's not a natural movement for them. So the only way that they would get this off is by nosing it, is by using their nose or by pawing at it and get it off. But I knew that one would actually be quite difficult for Watson, so I ended up taking them off. I think I put them upside down because then it meant there was something for him to sort of grip onto. And then, as you'll see in the video, I ended up just taking them off. But what you've got, there's still little bits of treat in here, is these boxes slide, all of them slide. So you can put a treat underneath the box in there. You can put a treat underneath that one, and then you can put a treat in the middle. And you've also got these that flip up and you can put a treat in there. So if the dog is facing this way, he can use his nose to flip that bit up like that. He can then also use his nose to push these that way and back. He could use his paw to get these down, but because of the angle of it, it's not a smooth movement. So again, you'll see in the video that I actually turned this around for Watson to make it easy. So once he'd got all of these boxes open, I turn it around so that he's easily able to use his nose to flip them up. So the first few times of using any new game, you need to give them some assistance, you know. But once he got the hang of the fact that, you know, he needed to push them backwards, push that one backwards, flip these open, it did really tire him out. It really, really did tire him out. He took himself off to bed after playing with this. So I think this is a really good one because, like I said, there's so many different levels in it. You could just put, you know, a treat underneath these boxes and just start with level one. They push the boxes. And £16 is the Prime price. That's because I've got Prime, so that's including delivery. So it might be a little bit less if you're not a Prime member. That's everything to tell you about this. I really like this game, and I've had so many Nina Ottoson games, so many enrichment games. You guys know I make a lot of enrichment games myself, but I also do buy a lot because this isn't something that I could make. You know, I could look at this and think, okay, let me make something that slides, but I just couldn't make something quite as complex as this. So a lot of the ones I've tried, like I said, I got them and thought that's just either too simple or even too complicated. And Watson isn't a dog that will think things through. So if you've got a dog that is kind of slow and will think things through, a lot of the other games will work as well, but Watson is more a kind of just bash it around and see what he can get out of it. So I had to sort of sit and hold this down and, you know, stop him from just putting his mouth around this and pulling it. Now, this is very sturdy, by the way, but I still wouldn't recommend leaving a dog alone with it because, you know, can you imagine if they got that out, they could potentially choke. But Watson is quite rough, and this has survived. You know, it wasn't, that little lid comes off. Well, there you go. There's one example. I was going to say he was pulling at it, but it didn't come off. So I don't know whether he just loosened that, but they are pretty sturdy, but not sturdy enough to be left on their own. So what you will see me using in here is pork. I think I say in the video I used some pieces of pork and also some of his baked wet food. He's on this we're trialing hypersensitive type foods for his inflammatory bowel disease that we've just found out he's got. So that's what you'll see. But anyway, I'll leave you with the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've got any favourite games. I'd love to hear from you. And if this is a type of review that is useful to you, because I've got quite a few games that I haven't reviewed. And yeah, it might be useful to you. So I think this would be good for small to very large dogs, by the way. So enjoy the video and I will speak to you again soon. These ones are quite hard to get off, aren't they? I'll take these ones off for him because they're actually quite hard. There's a. It's funny, you can flip these boxes up because he can just flip his nose under, but then see the ones on the other side, he can't do it the opposite way. Look, I have to turn it around for him.